So, Kenny, how would you assess the team's confidence going into Game 1?
At all-time high, I would say. We got the answer to the test. I think we were overly prepared. I think we're just excited and ready to get out there.
You've been in a million playoff games now. How much different is it compared to the regular season?
A lot different. A lot of things that happens in playoffs don't happen in the regular season. It's going to be a lot less foul calls. They're going to let us play a little bit physical. The flow of the game going to be a little bit faster. I think we're up for the test and we're ready for it. These are the ways we play: physical, fast, and I think we just excited, too excited just to get out there and play.
We just talked to Dell, and he credited guys like you and Kojo for kind of bringing in maturity and kind of some previous playoff knowledge to this kind of week of prep. What was this week of prep like for you guys?
It was mainly about more film, less on the court. Dialing into the details, breaking down film, defense, offense. Cleaning up what we need to clean up on both sides of the ball, and also just really breaking down the Celtic personnels. What the Tatum and Brown and them guys like to do. The strength and weaknesses. Really giving out a lot of information.
How difficult is it going to be to defend a team like the Celtics?
It's going to be hard. We know they're going to score. We know they're going to they're going to come out with their best. They've been sitting for a while. We know they're going to be well energized and ready. For us, we just got to lean on our defense, is what we've been best at all season, and be physical with them.
People will obviously talk outside noise is outside noise, but do you guys kind of lean into the fact that not a whole lot of people are picking you guys or maybe calling you guys underdogs in a series like this?
We expected that going against the defending champs, so we expected that. But for us, it's about us. We believe in us, and we're going to continue to believe in us, and we think we can come in here and get a game.
How important will it be to be the more physical team in this series?
It's going to be a lot of. It's going to be important, throughout this playoffs. Being physical, the first team to be physical. Teams like games tends to lean their way, but I think us being physical is our DNA and how we play on defense.
About done for tomorrow.
It's all good vibes in here. Everybody's excited. We've experienced a first round of a playoffs before. Understand what it takes. We've had our backs against the wall before. It's a game we should play with no tension, no pressure. Go out there and do what we do, play Orlando Magic basketball. So I think everyone's feeling good. Everybody's excited for tomorrow for sure.
How has this year's prep for this first round playoff series been different from last year's?
I think it's a little bit less of physical body movement and more mental this year. It was the first time for playoffs for a lot of us, for players and even coaches. So I think not to say it was sporadic, but they were all trying to figure out what was best to do for the team. And I think this year, bringing in KCP, bringing in Kojo. Last year us going through the 7 games with Cleveland, we kind of understand that it's mostly mental, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's probably the biggest difference.
When you're reviewing what the Celtics do well, what stands out?
The three-point shooting, the quality of shots that they take. They're either at the rim or at three-point line. Even though JT and JB2 take a couple mid-ranges, the majority of their shots come from the three-point line early in the clock too. So that's going to be emphasis for us to take them out for the three and make every shot difficult. I'm not saying that they're not going to hit any threes throughout the game. That happens, it's basketball. But making everything tough for them. I think that's going to be the most important thing, and then we live with the results.
You think Boston's defense kind of goes under the radar because of how much firepower they have on offense?
Yeah, for sure. With the fact that most of their guys can go on 1 through 5. They have a really big lineup, especially that starting group. It definitely gets overshadowed by their offense, but their defense is pretty good. And they switch everything, they make it difficult, they'll stall you out. It's going to be a challenge for us for sure.
Obviously, you guys don't care about the outside noise, but you kind of like the fact that no one's picking you guys.
Absolutely. you know, once we shock the world, you know, everyone's going to become a fan of the Orlando Magic. You know what I'm saying? So we've been underdogs before. When our guys went down throughout the year, they telling us, you know, we should start looking to the lottery. You know, we've seen it all before, so I think I think it just gives us fuel, in my opinion, especially me. So.